Hello everyone. In previous videos we have seen construction working principle and some constants regarding switched reluctance motor. Now in this video we will see torque equation and characteristics. For explaining the torque equation, so here for explaining the torque generation principle, the mechanism of electromechanical energy conversion is investigated. The stator phase is excited at the unaligned position, that is the position where the stator pole and the rotor tooth have the maximum air gap length. The magnetization of the excited pole will magnetically polarize the closest rotor tooth and produce a force of attraction. The tangential component of this force produces an electromagnetic torque in the direction which reduces the air gap length between the stator pole and the rotor tooth. As the rotor tooth approaches the aligned position, that is the position where the stator pole and the rotor tooth have the minimum air gap length, the tangential component of the attractive force decreases and becomes zero. The phase current may be switched off before the rotor tooth occupies the aligned position. The flux linkages versus phase current characteristics is shown in the figure. The shaded portion represents the electromechanical energy developed. The region R corresponds to the energy returned to the supply. This area is less than the stored energy as a part of it is used by the motor during freewheeling period. The shape of the conversion loop, that is the shaded portion, and its area W depends on the variation of current with rotor angle, control parameters, speed and motor design. So this is the flux linkages psi versus phase current I. This is the flux linkages versus phase current characteristics. The shaded portion represents, this is the shaded portion which represents the electromechanical energy developed. The region R corresponds to the energy returned to supply, and this area is less than the stored energy as a part of it which is used by the motor during freewheeling period. The shape of the conversion loop, that is again shaded portion, and its area W depends on the variation of current with rotor angle, control parameters, speed and motor design. In one revolution, the number of changes for phase here, in one revolution, the number of changes for a phase, that is NR, energy converted into mechanical revolution per phase, that is NR into W, and unit is joules. Energy converted per revolution is small n into NR into W, where n is the, that is small n is the number of phases. Then mechanical energy developed per second is N into Nr into W into omega upon 2 pi, where omega is the angular velocity in radian per second. Therefore, mechanical power developed is Pm equals to N into Nr into W into omega upon 2 pi. Therefore, the torque developed is given as T equals to N into Nr W upon 2 pi, and unit is Newton meter. The developed torque per ampere hour can be increased by the different ways. That is, Allen inductance should be as large as possible, and this can be achieved by reducing the Allen air gap length. Next is the unaligned inductance should be as small as possible. For this, we have to keep the air gap length at the unaligned position maximum. Next is operate the magnetic circuit at highly saturated condition. So with these different ways, the developed torque per ampere hour can be increased. The torque equation can also be derived by applying Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. The EMF induced is given by applying Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, EMF induced is given by E equals to minus d psi I theta by dt, where psi of I theta is the flux linkage, which is a function of current and rotor angle, and it is equal to L di by dt plus I dl by d theta into d theta by dt. Therefore, L di by dt plus omega I dl by d theta, where d theta by dt is omega, and omega is angular velocity in radian per second, and capital L is the incremental inductance, that is slope of magnetization curve. Therefore, magnitude of EMF is E equals to L di by dt plus omega I dl by d theta, and power developed E into I equals to Li di by dt plus omega I square dl by d theta. So this is the expression where previous equation is multiplied by current I. That is, power received from supplies EI equals to Li di by dt plus omega I square dl by d theta. So from the basic magnetic circuit theory, the energy stored in the magnetic field is given by We equals to half Li square. This is the energy stored in magnetic field. The power due to the variation of magnetic field is dWe by dt equals to half L into 2I di by dt plus half I square dl by dt, which is again rewritten as Li di by dt plus half I square dl by d theta into d theta by dt. That is dWe by dt equals to Li di by dt plus half omega I square dl by d theta. The mechanical power developed is given by Pm equals to Pm is mechanical power developed is equal to power received from supply minus power due to the change in magnetic field, and we can substitute the values. Then Pm equals to Li di by dt plus omega I square dl by d theta minus Li di by dt plus half omega I square dl by d theta. That is Pm equals to half omega I square dl by d theta. So the torque developed is given by T equals to Pm by omega. So here Pm is mechanical power developed and omega is angular velocity, which is in radian per second. So the torque developed is T equals to half of I square dl by d theta. The positive value of dl by d theta corresponds to the motoring action, and negative value of dl by d theta corresponds to generating action. Where if plus is there, then it corresponds to motoring action, and if negative value is there, then it corresponds to the generating action. The torque depends on the square of current, and hence it is independent of the direction of current. The flux linkage, current and torque waveforms you can see in this figure. The stator phase is switched on at theta on and switched off at theta off. So here stator phase is on, switched on at this condition or this point, and stator phase is switched off at this point, theta off. So in this figure, the flux linkage, current and torque waveforms are shown. The SRM, that is switched reluctance motor, can be operated in low speed, medium speed and high speed modes. The current waveforms for these three modes of operation are shown in the first figure, left side figure. So here you can see three waveforms. One is for low speed, then medium speed, and one is for high speed. So these are the current waveforms for three modes of operation. On y-axis current is given, and on x-axis theta is taken as the reference. The static torque versus rotor position characteristics for different values of phase current for a typical switched reluctance motor are shown in the right side figure. Here on y-axis static torque is taken, and on x-axis rotor position, that is theta, is taken. So this is the static torque versus rotor position characteristics for different values of phase current. So here three different currents are taken, I1, I2 and I3, where I1 is greater than I2 and it is greater than I3. Typical torque speed characteristics for different supply voltages are shown in the next figure. Here on left side figure, typical torque speed characteristics for different supply voltages is shown. Here you can see on y-axis torque is taken, on x-axis speed is there. So this is the torque speed characteristics for different supply voltages. So here again three different voltages are taken, V1, V2 and V3, where V1 is greater than V2, which is greater than V3. So from the torque speed characteristics, it is clear that the switched reluctance motor is a better alternative for conventional DC series motor. The dynamic characteristics, that is transient speed versus time, is shown in the right side figure. This is speed time curve, transient speed versus time. So here on y-axis transient speed and on x-axis time is there. This characteristics is called as a dynamic characteristics of switched reluctance motor. So from torque speed characteristics, it is clear that switched reluctance motor is a better alternative for the conventional DC series motor. So in this video we have seen the flux linkage versus phase current characteristics. This is flux linkages versus phase current characteristics. Then torque equation, the torque developed, which is equal to T equals to half I square dl by d theta, and the value of positive value of dl by d theta is corresponds to motoring action, and if negative then it corresponds to generating action. Then the flux linkage, current and torque waveforms we have seen in this characteristics. The stator phase on at this point and off, switched off at this point. So here flux linkage, current, torque waveform we have seen. And the current waveforms for three modes of operations, that is I phase current versus rotor position, we have seen for different three speeds, low speed, medium speed and high speed. Again the torque, static torque versus rotor position characteristics for different currents I1, I2, I3 we have seen, where I1 is greater than I2, which is greater than I3. Similarly, torque speed characteristics for different supply voltages V1, V2, V3, where V1 greater than V2 greater than V3. And last is dynamic characteristics, that is transient speed versus time. And from torque speed characteristics, we can say that this switch reluctance motor is better alternative for conventional DC series motor. Thank you for watching this video.